properly. Do you remember when I was making that blue comforter I was putting fleece between two sheets and stitching it together out on the deck last summer? Or was it the summer before? Anyway, I've gotten it out. It's laying on my bed, and now that I'm using a drum carder, it's so simple. And I think I'm just going to happier and happier. And Heavenly Father, thank you so much that I have this opportunity to be on YouTube. I really like being with people, and I'll never be one of those million subscribers kind of people. If I can only touch the heart of one person and make their life better, then it's worth it. It's one more person than I can touch at home by myself. Thank you for all these things and for our Savior Jesus Christ. These things we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. So I also was doing, and hi Tyler. I was also doing some pyrography. I started my wood burning thing, and I couldn't make videos because there were people around that couldn't be videoed. But I made videos, and our finished video. Do you? I think it just cuts out and doesn't record for that amount of time. I don't know. Anyway, I just felt like talking to you. I woke up with energy and with ideas. I had a good long sleep. I went to bed early last night and woke up late. Oh, just thinking about it makes me yawn. Anyway, I watched a video this morning on how to grow a banana tree, a banana plant. You take a banana, you cut off the stem so it's got a clean edge. You don't cut it off, you just trim it. So it's got a clean edge. And then you take it and you trim it. So it's got a clean edge. And then you take it and you put it in, she had brown water. I think it was made with she put a piece of paper in the water. I think it was a brown paper bag, and she just anyway, so she sliced the edge of the banana, the stem, a little bit of it off, just a fraction, so that it was smooth. In this water that had a brown paper bag sitting in it for 10 minutes. She stirred it around in that, and then she wiped it into aloe, in the bottom of an aloe plant. She broke off a stem and she wiped it in that. And then she planted it and watered it in a little pot, and then she covered it with an upside down water bottle with the top cut off. She sunk that down in. And so after 10 days, she unplanted it, and it was filled with long roots, a mass of long roots, like that many long roots. And then she repotted it into a bigger place. And then I think it sent up a new stem, a little plant after that. I'm not quite sure because I didn't get a chance to see the end of the movie. But I saw the beginning, which had the plant growing beside the banana. So the banana is standing upside down, and it was a green banana that she used. I don't know if you have to use a green banana, or if it would be better to use a yellow banana, or if it makes a difference. Also, if you could just do it from the banana peel, from the stem of the banana peel, and the banana doesn't have to be in it. I have no idea. But probably if the banana is in it, the banana will give its nourishment into the new growth. Isn't that a cool idea? Now, of course, I can't grow a banana plant here, but Tyler, you could. You could definitely grow bananas in Las Vegas. Las Vegas. The heat and the sunshine, but not water. You're right in the desert. It baffles me how people would go and live in the desert and stay there. But I guess what happens is that the generations of people are born there, and it's not like they've chosen to be there, and so they are there. There are a lot of people that are moving there, though, aren't there? It seems so strange. They have such faith that they'll always have enough water, and that everything is going to be just peachy keen, you know? Who knows? I let these 4 cars pass me earlier on, and now they're all staying right here with me. front of me, I mean, all that way. I didn't make much good time. Of course, there was another car in front of me. I don't really like it when I'm driving and there's a bunch of cars behind. I feel pressured. I feel like I should hurry up, or that you can feel the vibes. You can feel that they're frustrated and they're looking around, moving their car and trying to see around you or whatever, or waiting, or really up on the back of you, you know. Anyway, they're gone. So I would rather be the caboose in any lineup. And if it's going too slow, I can just pull off on the shoulder and write in my journal for a moment. I've been thinking about this bridge. The bridge that's going to go from the deck to the top of Deer Meadow. And I have all these ideas. So if we put a culvert on the ground, and you could back a culvert in the driveway, and even back further, you could roll it down the hill and then turn it and roll it down to the right spot, and then turn it again and put it in the position. And then if we got a load of gravel dumped in our lane, you could come down the ramp, load up the wheelbarrow, go back up the ramp, and then dump it off the side of the deck into place, or almost into place. You don't need it at the very bottom. You have to have it every 4 feet down there. Has to be able to hold a post or something. And so the posts have to be 4 feet deep. And so if you can plant them into something like that, into gravel, it would be a lot of work. And it would probably be more work than I can do by myself. And of course, I would need to, whatever work I do, shoveling gravel, I'm going to, not only in pain, but in chiropractor appointments, right? And so, if you think about that, even if you hire somebody for $20 an hour, if I work for an hour, I'm definitely going to pay a chiropractor. Of course, if I work for 8 hours, I'm still only going to pay the chiropractor once. But, and Willem, I don't want to wreck his back. So those are thoughts. But I reached out to some engineers, and hopefully we'll hear back from somebody and maybe get an estimate or an idea of what is needed. So the engineer, I guess the engineer will draw up plans. And I wonder, they've got these long beams, and now they're made of wood. And, they're about a foot wide, and there's a piece of plywood in between two pieces of wood or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but I have to span 50 feet. I think I have to span 50 feet. Maybe I have to span more. Maybe it has to go 60 or 70 feet, to get it properly onto the top of that and onto the deck or wherever. So I have to figure that out. See what's possible, right? See what materials things can be made out of. If I could get 2 beams, even if they were steel beams, 50 feet long, now that might cost a fortune. But I don't know. Maybe if they cost $1,000 each, is that what I'm going to pay for the time that it's going to take to and the trouble to do a culvert and all that gravel and all those shovelings and appointments to the chiropractor? Or maybe they don't cost $1,000 each. I have no idea. Of course, maybe they cost $5,000 each. But whatever they cost, let's just look into it and find out. Maybe it's going to be something I can afford. If it's something I could afford, and if it were a steel beam, I wouldn't have to See, the big problem is the roots of the trees, is trying to put posts in 4 feet deep through all these roots. It's possible, you know, you can start a hole and then get down there with your chainsaw and cut all around as you keep digging, or reach down, you know, with the chainsaw and do that. I mean, these things are possible. I mean, for goodness sakes, they dynamite rock. I mean, I don't want to dynamite anything, but when they want to put something somewhere, they make it happen. I don't want my trees gone. I love my trees. I might have to cut one off. Maybe I could cut off a couple trees and use them as the posts. It depends how deep the roots go. Like the cedar roots, their roots are flat, so that's not much good because they're not down into the ground. Anyway, these are just thoughts. So I hope that I end up with somebody coming to come and look at it and tell me what I'll need. For a price, I suppose, right? Everything is for a price. There is somebody I talked to whose company does stuff like this. I guess I know where he lives. I should drop in there and find out what they do exactly. If it were a swing bridge, is that what it's called when it's just hanging like that? A swing bridge, is that when it turns? It's not going to be one that turns. Ha! An extension ladder. A ladder that extends to 50 feet. 2 extension ladders, side by side. And then put aircraft cable under it. 1/2 inch aircraft, well, even 1/4 inch or 3, whatever it has to be. Aircraft cable underneath, going across and back to hold them. But you still need those posts. You're gonna need 2 posts at either end. If it's on the top of each hill and if it's holding a wire, I don't know if 4 feet is enough. This wire is going to be tight, unless it's not. If it has a normal hyperbolic cosine, you know, instead of being straight. Anyway, these things are all rattling around in my head. I think it's important that I have access to the top of that hill. In the winter, I think it's important that I have, and even the rest of the year, I think I need to have the place to walk. And that's where I want to be. That's where I want to go, is over in the woods at the top of that hill. And from there, you can access the whole other side, the whole plateau. You don't have to cross the valley between or walk around it. Now, walking around it is probably a good idea. It's probably good for me to walk around it. My thoughts. What are your thoughts on the matter? Have you any? Let's discuss this in more detail, shall we? Used to be you would go to the library and look it up. Maybe I should go to the library and look it up in a book. Sometimes when you Google things online, you get lots of sponsored ads, and you get only, you know, you don't always get what you're looking for. But if you go to the library and you look up various kind of bridges, maybe call the lumberyard and ask a building supply and see what they have as far as, you know, like, how about Home Depot? They're a big building supply. I've never seen anything in there that's huge, but I have seen these pictures of these long beams that are made out of a piece of plywood, a vertical piece of plywood, and a horizontal piece of wood on each side, top and bottom. I should price them, find out. Probably $10 a foot, $20 a foot. I don't know. I have no idea. Things have gone up in price, so everything is going to be more than it used to be, right? Always, always, always. All right, well, that's about all I had to say for right now. So I've got things I have to do in town. And I shall be back and talk to you again. Maybe I'll go for a walk in the woods today where you can come. I've been wanting to do that, but it's gotten too warm and then it's too mushy to be able to walk with my snowshoes because it'll ruin them. They're made out of rawhide or catgut, something like that. I used to call it Kaffergot. I don't know what that word was. Maybe I just got the word wrong because I was young. You know how it is when you're young and you get the words wrong. It's my life. Okay then. So I shall see you when I see you. Bye.